everyone, welcome back to my channel. A couple of weeks ago, I purchased the 2021 iPad Pro with the Apple M1 chip. Underneath the case and accessories, I have the 12.9-inch space gray iPad Pro with the 512GB storage. I've been considering buying an iPad for a couple of months now because I knew that it will be of great help in my academics. Thankfully, I was able to purchase one just in time for the new semester. I also have the second generation Apple Pencil, which has been especially helpful for a smoother workflow in drawing, note-taking, and marking up documents. Aside from that, I also have a plain gray case, a paper-like screen protector, and a camera cover to protect my iPad from nicks and scratches. Because I primarily use my iPad for university, I wanted to create a tool for productivity, organization, and note-taking. So most of the applications and settings that I have on my iPad are geared towards keeping my mind focused on accomplishing my goals and away from distractions. I only have one page on my iPad because I don't want to go through the trouble of scrolling through several pages just to look for a certain application that I need. On the left of this page, I have application widgets that provide a glance of what my day is and was like. The first application that I have is iCal, which I use for time blocking and scheduling important dates of classes, meetings, and events. Its interface allows you to easily manage and navigate your tasks around your daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly schedule. If you want to know more about my weekly planning routine, which I use iCal for, you can click the card on the upper right corner or the link in the description below. Aside from iCal, I also have a Smart Stack widget that consists of the Weather and News app. Next, I have the Batteries widget, which I absolutely need as a reminder because I tend to forget when to charge my devices and accessories. Lastly, I have the Screen Time widget, which I use when I'm evaluating and reflecting on how my day went. Moving on to the applications on my iPad, I have Safari, which I use as the primary browsing application for my iPad. I have tried using other browsing applications, but I found that the most fitting iPad browsing experience can be found on Safari. Next, I have the Files app, which I use to store documents and other files that I need to keep on my iPad, but that I don't necessarily need to annotate. Next, I have Canvas, which serves as the primary online learning platform for our university. I prefer keeping my courses in Canvas color-coded just so it's easier to navigate through them. Another online learning platform that I have is Moodle. Some of my professors don't use Canvas as their instructional platform, so in some cases, my other courses can be accessed through Moodle. I prefer organizing my applications into folders because a cluttered digital space can easily lead to a cluttered mind. Keeping applications into folders makes a world of a difference in your efficiency and work ethic. The first folder that I have is for applications that I use to connect with the digital world. These are applications that I use for messages, calls, meetings, and the like. Zoom is the primary video platform that our university uses for online classes. Now, I've mentioned that I organized my iPad in a way that would cultivate productivity, but I still keep Facebook and Messenger because these are two of the social media platforms that I use for messaging people for my courses and sometimes even my professors. I also have Discord because this is the messaging platform that my organizations use to distribute reminders and announcements. I'm still getting the hang of this application, but I figured that it can also be helpful for academic use. The next application that I have is YT Studio, which is what content creators use to monitor their analytics and respond to comments on YouTube. The next few applications in this folder are Messages, FaceTime, Contacts, the App Store, and the Apple Store. Moving on to the next folder, which consists of all the applications that I use for educational purposes and productivity, I have Canva. I've mentioned this before and I will mention it again. I am such a huge advocate for Canva because it can really transform a blank slate into a creative masterpiece. Canva is one of the few applications that are accessible for students, convenient to use, and complete with all the tools that you need. They offer thousands of creative templates for presentations, posters, social media posts, and basically any and all creative works. A new addition to the remarkable tools is their content planner, which allows you to plan your designs in advance. This enables you to adjust your goals for creativity and work towards achieving them. The next application that I have is the Notes app, which I essentially use for any quick notes. Next, I have the Forest application, which I use for Pomodoro sessions and in general for my study sessions. I have tried other productivity applications for keeping track of my study sessions, but I found that the Forest application best fits my learning system. Next, I have Google Drive, which enables you to store files and documents, keeping your devices clear of unnecessary and non-essential files and documents. I have been using Google Drive to store all the reviewers, assignments, and lecture presentations from my past semesters. I keep as many files and documents from my university as I can. However, since I want to keep my devices as minimal as I can and as decluttered as I can, I have learned to store all of the files and documents from my past semesters on Google Drive. Aside from saving you the storage, it also saves you the trouble of accidentally deleting your files. I also have my folders color-coded because it helps me keep track of files from my different courses. The next application that I have is Google Docs, where you can create, edit, and share documents. Aside from saving you the storage, the application also enables you to work with the group at the same time. I also have Google Sheets, which I often use for tracking my finances, organizations, and sometimes my study plans. I also have Google Slides, which I only keep on my iPad in case I need to edit a presentation that was shared with my group online. The next application that I have is Microsoft PowerPoint, which is another design platform that I absolutely love. If you're one to practice making designs and improving your creative skills, Microsoft PowerPoint is the way to go. Next, I have Notability, which is a note-taking application that you can use for online classes because it consists of a useful range of tools for note-taking and annotating documents. I also have Grammarly, which is a writing assistant that helps you with spelling, grammar, punctuation, clarity, engagement, and everything that concerns writing. If you're looking for an application that can help you refine your essays and compose mistake-free writing, Grammarly is great for you. Next, I have the Books app, which is for storing and reading through books that you may have found online. The next application that I have is Pocket. Pocket enables you to save articles and websites that you want to read later on so you never forget and lose them. The last application in my productivity folder is the Reminders app, which is synced across all my devices so I can easily get notified of all my tasks and reminders whenever and wherever I am. Moving on to my next folder, which consists of applications for creativity, I have Procreate. Procreate is a great application for making digital art because it has a wide range of tools tailored for that specific purpose. For those who have a passion for sketching, painting, or creating visual art, Procreate is a game changer. Next, I have Pinterest, which is where you can get thousands of inspirations for designs, color schemes, layouts, and any creative work. I have a Pinterest account where I occasionally post and share creative inspirations from color palettes, interior designs, to graphic designs. So if you're interested to check that out, I will have my Pinterest account in the description below. Next, I have iFont, which is what I use to download fonts online in case I need to use that for any layout, design, or presentation. The next two applications are Photos and Camera, which I keep on my iPad for taking and storing pictures. Next, I have Lightroom, which is a photo editing application where you can color correct, improve the details, and adjust the different aspects of your photos. I mainly use this to edit my thumbnails before adding the graphic designs, but Lightroom is a great application to learn the ins and outs of photo editing. The next two applications are for filming purposes. Camera Connect is what I use to view images and videos on my camera and sometimes to directly export on my devices. Voice Memos is what I use to record audio in case I need one for a presentation. The next folder that I have is for entertainment purposes. I still keep an entertainment folder on my iPad, though I wanted to create a tool for productivity because this serves as a reminder to take a break and relax every once in a while. The first application in this folder is Netflix. I cannot live without Netflix. I can live without other social media applications, but not Netflix because it consists of all the movies and series that I have been loving over the past months. If you have great Netflix recos, let me know in the comments below. Next, I have YouTube, which is where I watch daily vlogs, mystery cases, self-care habit recommendations, and productivity sessions. Next is View, which is an application where you can stream Korean dramas, variety shows, and the like. VLC is a multimedia player that enables me to watch movies that I downloaded online in case these movies aren't available on Netflix. The last application in this folder is Apple's Podcasts app, which offers thousands of podcasts from true crime, science, leisure, health and fitness, and any interests of yours. The last folder on my iPad is for applications that aren't much of a necessity at the moment. Moving on to the last and most important section of my iPad, I have Notion. Notion is an all-in-one workspace where you can organize and manage the different aspects of your lives. If you have been watching me for a while, you would know my love for Notion. I've also made a video on my Notion workspace, so if you're interested to check that out, you can click the card on the upper right corner. Next, I have GoodNotes, which is my note-taking application. GoodNotes has a variety of tools to take notes, annotate on PDFs, and mark up documents. The last application that I have is Gmail. So these are all of the applications that I have on my iPad. If you also have some favorites or application recommendations that you would love for me to try, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!